The lowest point for me in my life was after a failed suicide attempt. I realized that without change, my life would continue to be in the streets or I would be dead. My name is Dontay. I grew up on the east side of Atlanta. My parents both were heavy into drugs, which deprived me out of a lot of good things in life. As a result of being depressed and being joined and picked on as a kid, I turned to drugs at an early age. I was 11 years old when I first used marijuana and alcohol. As time progressed, my addictions began to get deeper and heavier, my depression as well. I found myself indulging in the use of cocaine and ecstasy, as well as crack cocaine and crystal meth. As my addiction continued to grow and my depression grow, I found suicide as being a way out. After a failed suicide attempt, I realized that I needed help. I realized that I wanted change in my life. I didn't want the second half of my life to turn out to be like the first half. I didn't want to be lost in the streets, and I really didn't want to be dead. So it was at that moment I started seeking help. It was then that I was introduced to the Atlanta Union Mission, where I found my relationship with God. I found that being in Christ was a better solution than being in drugs, being in the darkness, being in depression. I found that my relationship with Christ has given me a whole new outlook on life, a spiritual awakening, and a better moral understanding of life and what my life has to offer, and understand the will that God has for me in my life. You know, I can honestly say that my life has made a complete turnaround. Being in the mission, I not only do I know Christ, but I have a relationship with Christ right now, and He's brought me to the point where I can have faith in myself and in Him and in His Word, that I could believe in myself and just have a brighter look for the future. My newfound hope is in the Word. Philippians 3:13. I do not consider myself yet to have taken hold of it, but one thing I do, forgetting what's in the past and straining toward what's ahead. I press on toward the goal to win the prize for which God has called me heavenward in Christ Jesus.